the organizations get some cash, which means that they keep investing in Rainbow Six, and you can still...
The better players live, the better show they can put on for you, right?
Exactly, and in the end, of course, that prize pool continues to grow as this is where things get siphoned off, and Ubisoft gets to reinvest that money into PL. 2 more maps. Are we going to play?
No, not Cafe and
not Villa.
not Spank again. Okay. No, not Villa. No,
Okay, I wanted to see Villa, but even EU has played Villa like once this entire season.
It's not been a lot.
No. Something's going awry.
Yeah, it's just not a big fan of Villa. I mean, maybe because they keep banning Thatcher. And Villa's rough without Thatcher.
Smart.
This is a good map, though, for INTZ. They won their match on it. FaZe,
Thatcher
on the other
banning
hand, did not. Probably Thatcher ban. They're going to ban Thatcher on every map. Doesn't matter.
I know, I'm like speaking in the air right now, but Thatcher banned. We might see Valkyrie, but I'd expect Mira and... what is it? The FaZe Clan INTZ. Then I expect to have the Echo banned. And INTZ can...
No, you can only ban 2 defenders, so...
Yeah, that's what I imagine, like Mira and...
The question is, what's the
Echo?
second attacker? That's really the wild card. If it's Thatcher, who's the other one?
Here's our predictions. What do you guys think at home? FaZe Clan.
That doesn't really line up with the standings so far, but obviously
No.
FaZe have a long time reputation.
It is, look, man, it's a popularity contest at the end, so it ends up working well for FaZe Clan, at least on what people at home have been looking for.
Well, since this should be a close match, watch it be one-sided to FaZe Clan. Just to be the opposite of expectations at this point. And to be what you guys expect, apparently. It happens. It happens. Certainly happens. This is, again, though, it is a little bit better map for INTZ off the record, but that's off of 1 play day each for these teams in 1 match, I mean. So it's not a huge... indicator. But it doesn't mean both these teams are comfortable on this map, that they want to play this map, that they're down to duel each other on this map. So, who will come out ahead? We've got INTZ starting on defense, so they will get first operator ban. And will it be that Thatcher? Always makes Garage a bit more fun. Occasionally you can see like Thermite bans too. Those are always extra interesting. IQ. Well, that to me makes me think you're going to play Echo a fair bit, so might not see an Echo ban from INTZ. But it doesn't mean Valkyrie could be also the ban. Thatcher, there he goes. Goodbye. We have no matches without with Thatcher today. This is becoming like the Latin America thing, though, in terms of like so consistent. It's so weird. Valkyrie, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
you got the IQ ban. You generally want to get rid of Valkyrie, but do you ban Echo then? I think you probably should.
You should.
But INTZ have control of that. They banned IQ, so they get to decide, do we want to deal with Echo or not? And they will not.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I mean, they could have been doing the IQ ban to force the Valkyrie ban as well. I mean, FaZe have quite a few good Valkyrie players on the team, so I could see that. Where we go first? Very likely to be Garage, but you never know these days. No archives tellers, all right, just keeping it spicy. Always fun to see. I like how many different maps have tellers as a site. You've got Border, you've got Bank, you've got Consulate. There's probably another one I'm not even thinking of right now. There's quite a few tellers. I always love the overlap on bomb sites, just the different callouts that are kind of the same, things like that. If it's sneaking in a pulse for archives tellers, they're very unlikely to anticipate archives tellers first unless they've been doing it in scrims or something they showed last match. Twitch being snuck in, though, from Astro. Something he's quite good at.
Attackers need to locate
Meaning
and
Twitch,
defuse
not necessarily
the
six
bomb
picking,
if they can.
which I'm sure he's just fine at. The Mozzie will help deny a little bit, I imagine, of entry into the bomb site. Could be placed in the double doors, the windows, a couple different places where you can place that to make it very difficult to drone in there. But also could be used to help support players downstairs, make it difficult for them to suss out what's going on in archives for the secondary part. This is a split defense. It's rare to see a lot of split defenses now. There's not a lot of maps with split defenses where you have one bomb site at one floor and one on the other. And I can't even think, is there any other maps in Pro League right now that have a split defensive site that actually gets played? I don't think there is, because the other ones that did, I think, have been slowly rotated out over time. And this was actually a late addition bomb site to the map.
Yeah, it's got added like, what, a year ago? A year and a bit ago?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. I honestly, I don't keep track of time.
Is it after the Paris Major?
Yeah, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person, I think, to
Chat.
that.
When was the bomb site added? Was it after the Paris
Just
major?
ask the internet. Give us an exact day. I'm sure you can. They're
Yeah.
going to drone in just fine here. Get some idea what's going on. They're a little cautious about what might be denying drones. Now I'm going to try and clear the top floor first. There is a player up there. You can see it looks like it could be Smoke. Is that Alamo playing up there?
I'm gonna say it right now. I don't think
Well, that could rotate out.
FaZe were expecting this.
No, probably not. But they're going to have to adapt.
Yep.
That's why you bring a flexible lineup to do what you need to do. And then worry about the bomb site once droning starts. A little nice reinforcement there as well to cut off some angles. And then, of course, the mirror play downstairs makes a lot of sense. You really want to hold off archives as long as possible to force them to have to just go for that desperate plant inside tellers and hope they don't get C4 to death. That's where the pulse is going to be coming handy, and that's why it was a good 6 pick. But 6 pick from Astro, now a dead pick. This is Twitch play did not work out for him.
Unfortunate. Would have dealt with the Mira.
It would have been nice if Astro could, or no, if VNX could have captured one of his drones too.
That's true. Astro being one of those players that actually ran Twitch when nobody touched the operator.
Yeah,
for
he was
such
a
long
Twitch
time.
main for quite a while.
There's thermite charge going off from Yuna inside of admin. So late drop basically gives you an angle as well to watch not only onto the site itself, but also all the way down to that basement. Ion a bit of damage done here from the goo mine. It's going to walk on back. Basically trigger as many of them as humanly possible. Cameron's going to find the lesion there, but I wonder how much what level of detection he's going to get. Goo mine's going to be thrown everywhere. Stud's going to fall back.
Alamo's really the bunker here. He's got to hold this off as long as possible so that his teammates can just be prepared to C4 when FaZe gets desperate for the plant. Dud's also trying to support from the stairs, though.
Oh,
There goes Alamo.
They actually opened up the staircase, well, the top of the staircase here, so
That's
Dud's,
interesting.
he's got to really feel
He's
this
got
right
two
now.
places to watch.
Lost Alamao, and now you lost your Mira.
Oh, that was very close. He dodged those shots. Now, if it's on him to make sure he calls this correctly, as there is potentially another C4 for VNX. He's got one, yep. So they're ready to do 2 C4s. That's 2 tries they get, and that's it.
But this is LATAM. You're going to have... There we go. So he fakes the first time, goes for another one,
He's not
fakes the
planting
second time.
furniture either.
Always keep faking, keep faking. INTZ won't know how to respond to you. Goodmine's going to be set here, but Yuna's going to be able to set that diffuser now. He's going to do it again. Another fake, but the Nitro connects. Yuna's down. VNX going to have to go for the gunfight here and actually win it out in the generator. Ion forced to go for the plant, but from below, shot down as INTZ secure their first round. Vitz saving the day here. There you go. Focusing on the important bit.
One of the reasons I always say you should bring Pulse for that defense. It worked out quite well. Good surprise for FaZe. Not the start they wanted. Definitely the start INTZ were going for. Now they can go back to the more normal sites. Now that they've caught them by surprise. We may see tellers again. It doesn't necessarily have to be a one-off, but lobby. So they're still going to be defending the middle floor. Likely more so from above. So the top floor going to be a little more defended this time. Going to force a slower entry. Could still be from admin, as we saw last round. Drunk's deciding what to sneak to, and he's going to sneak to that Mozzie. Not always a good idea to sneak to operators that are going to benefit from a little bit of surprise. Astro actually 6-picking off of Twitch. He doesn't want to get surprised by those Mozzie pests. He doesn't want to get surprised by roamers sneaking around. Sneak in the Dokkaebi. I feel like if those changes come out though, where you can call echo and things like that, I don't think that's going to be a huge difference. But I do think we could see a little bit more Dokkaebi play. I think teams are starting to realize sometimes the value of playing that. But it is kind of funny because it's like, let's say you're doing it to try and help counter the mute Mozzie combo in terms of denial of droning. The mute's still going to be somewhat effective in helping deny calls. Because even if you get called while you're not near a mute jammer, you can run near a mute jammer and it'll hang up the phone. So that's always nice. Astro up there is surprisingly with 0, but that's only because he died early that first round. We'll see some cameras placed for the Maestro who's available. He's going to be able to see top of white or yellow, as well as a bit into console CEO office. We'll see them probably put a little bit of pressure on yellow stairs and the windows, but let's say whether they're going to go for an admin take or not. We could see Astro rotate around for that, or possibly bathroom control. He's going to have those frag grenades. Could go for smokes, but when you're bringing the Jackal, you really don't need the redundant smokes on Dokkaebi, so it makes sense to bring those frag grenades.
Exactly.
You're also going to have some stuns from Ion to be able to help clear ADS for those frags. And this is where they're going to have 2 sets, because of course Buck's going to be bringing those. You almost never see Buck without frag grenades. Same with Sledge. It's only Dokkaebi that really changes it up a little bit sometimes. You'll see luckily buck the top. There you go. You hear him bucking the top of the wall from the skylight into the office. And then pressure here on the windows. Trying to make sure they can't sit comfortably. Good catch on Smoke's footprints as well, and from a somewhat safe rappel, as long as he didn't get jumped out on. Let's see, he's
Time it.
didn't commit to it. There we go.
There you go.
That's Mirror's footprints.
All 3 used within the minute. That actually is fast usage.
That combined with the Dokkaebi actually should help them clear this map a lot faster and help deny Mozzie's effectiveness in theory. If you can hack a cam as well, that will also help deal with the Maestro cams a little bit. You see a Pest there as well doing some denial on, I believe, the yellow stairs. Mirror getting popped, whether that was intentional or not, we didn't get to see. But that will help the attackers as well. Potentially you see the spotting of the Evil Eye. They don't really have a lot to take it out outside of nades, but at least they have the extra ones from Astro.
Grenade should have hit the Evil Eye there.
Drone activated.
Nav it outside.
Sending it into orbit.
Why not? Set in the drone, so watch for flanks. Oh, you spot one coming down the spiral staircase. Did actually map spot Duds here. That's the big question. Duds turns around the corner, and there's no response. Okay, the drone is still there, and not for long.
If anything, kind of helps Duds.
He's baiting him out.
It's not really working. Map's the one getting delayed here. It's not working on his favor. I mean, I like the idea, but the fact that Duds was in a good position to respond and take out the drone.
There it is, though.
The Alamo was actually the victim instead of Duds.
Unfortunate there, and there's the reinforcements. This is something that, you know, back in the day you would see a Habana there, but the diffuser almost getting planted. Yuna trying to use that momentum to drop it to Piano. It forces a Nitro Cell out as well, and Duds and Vitz will find a kill each. One more here for Duds. There's only Ion left. He's upstairs, too far away. Just 20 seconds left. Stun grenade. That's tight angle here to play from yellow.
That's good night. That's such a defender-sided night. I mean, part of it's the Thatcher bans, but just attackers really struggling tonight. Well, INTZ, though, looking pretty good. There was definitely some situations that might have worked in attackers' favors, but it's really Yuna getting denied that stopped things. Had he been able to get that plant down, I think that would have really shifted momentum in their favor in terms of forcing the defenders into positions, because they were pretty spread out. But yeah, once he died, they seemed to like try and recover the diffuser. That's the thing, is the diffuser acts as bait for both the attackers and defenders. When diffuser gets dropped before it's planted, now it's bait against the attackers. When it gets placed down when it's being planted, then it's bait against the defenders. So it really can work both ways against you, of course, if you end up in the situation. And Yuna dying just didn't have good enough coverage on him. As you said, they're trying to sneak it in there. And the smoke, though, was kind of telegraphing that. And I believe it was probably a C4 that killed him, if I remember correctly. Yuna going to have to be the one, of course, to plant again for Garage here. So we do the tour of sites. Can they do the full cycle? Which could actually include Console CEO, because they could go for a 4-site defense since they did do Archive Tellers. See 2 ADSs in a nice position there to help deny utility being thrown, both from the top of yellow stairs. I'm sorry, the middle of yellow stairs, rather. As well as from the garages. Good positions. Stacked up. The nice thing about stacking 2 ADSs is a lot of times players only really have one player that's set up to kind of burn ADSs, maybe 2. So that's a maximum of 6 flashbangs. If you only have one person ready to burn ADSs with 3 flashbangs, that will not clear 2 ADSs. You will clear one of them and half of the other. Then at that point you decide, do I use a valuable piece of utility like a grenade or smoke to clear that last bit so I can get the other one through? It's hard to say. But that, of course, depends on placement and many other factors. But the IQ being banned means you can't spot those as easily ahead of time without using a drone to do so. With the Mozzie in place, that drone hole might not be easy to drone into. And with the Thatcher to clear it as well, Mozzie can become a bit more effective on that. And it makes it very difficult to get an idea of what you're facing both on yellow stairs as well as inside the garage. There's also likely a Evil Eye to deal with potentially on the side of the white van, but they don't know that until they drone it.
So speaking of droning, there's Mav. He opens up and drops into these default positions where you would usually be expecting some defenders. Astro's watching for rotations. There's one by the big desk.
Yeah, there we go. Finish.
Oh, no!
Alamo with the clutch plate saves his teammate.
Oh, my God!
That's likely to get picked up now.
Oh, my God!
That's Dokkaebi down. Astro is having a bad night.
Oh,
there we go.
my
He finished
God!
it, though. But now he might get punished.
Reload it. Cover me.
What?
Alamo.
Tarnation. Alamo. But
I don't know. Ask Kix. I believe it's Alamo. For us.
The Alamo.
Well, that's what Intero said. He said to remember the Alamos. That's what I'm doing. As an American, it's my duty apparently to remember that.
It's an,
Even
like,
though
absolute massacre.
had a that has quite a sordid history, so I'm not really going to remember too much about the Alamo outside of Pee Wee Herman. I'll keep it to that.
Fair.
When are we going to get an Alamo map in the game, right? Well, you had that one fort map. Right?
Yeah.
That was I guess the closest we'll get. Mab manages to jump in to put pressure on Piano. He's got to try and clear the bathroom here. The ping from the Jackal helping with that, but
That's a good nade there, but there's no damage done as you've seen the evac already.
yeah, he doesn't necessarily know. Tries to just make sure it's clear because you need to hold Piano here, but he's actually running low on skeleton keys. He's used quite a few. 2 left here, 1 left. Just trying to make sure he's got enough to help Yuna open the door. They've got smoke still.
Electroclaw. Nah,
No.
it's over. All right, well, at
Too
least
late.
it zaps, but
Yeah. Wasn't the timing, I believe, so it was fast enough to kill X Kairos, but not thermite charges, if I remember correctly. Because it was like bandits could take out thermite charges,
Yeah.
and electric claws could take out X Kairos based off the timing.
the moment the thermite clicks his charge, it's over. They're not going to open it up.
So yeah,
They're not going to block it, basically.
I believe that was the time. Whoa, unfortunate for Vitz, but at least
80, yes, my man.
Alamo finally downed here. Now finally an advantage for FaZe. However, they're not able to get the fuse out. Yuna, again, not long for this world, and they cannot clear this Maestro Evil
Oh
Eye.
my god, the Evil Eye, the MVP of the game, maybe? DNX is watching, cameraman is gonna go. Are they zapping him? Too slow. They're gonna keep on zapping here. This might actually
enough.
close the round. Yeah, it
There
does.
we go.
It downs him.
You are out of time.
That's
The
why you need to
Maestro
take those
wins
outs.
the round. How about you remove the ACOG off of his
Off the Evil
Maestro
Eye?
camera, honestly.
The infinite range of the laser. Well, INTZ, perfect cycle. They could still add 1 more too, but they're actually going to go tellers and do the rotation. All right, they don't want to go for console CO. I feel like that's actually died out a little bit in favor this season, interestingly enough. Well, FaZe not looking great here so far, especially Astro and Yuna getting picked off too early. Both of them, like, not really able to do their jobs the way you'd expect, and that's hurting things quite a bit here, but also some really good plays coming out from INTZ. They're really getting away with a lot, especially that Maestro Evil Eye play that last round. That was, what do you do against that, you know? They really needed the Zofia that round. So, I see them go Archives Tellers. They're going to set up quite a bit in Garage, of course, because you need to hold the Archives, and you want to slow down any kind of push that comes there. Because if someone can rush very effectively towards Archives, it can be difficult for someone to retake it. There are some hatches around you can drop, though. One of them being reinforced at the moment by Alamo, so that one's not going to be used by the defenders, and it kind of rotates. But there are a couple more. There's one other in Visa, one near Visa in the hallway. So there's plenty around. And you got to decide, do I leave some soft for possible rotations for an Archives push? Or do I just seal them all up to make sure the attackers can't quick rotate to attack Archives? Decisions, right?
Yep.
I think we have just enough reinforcements in this game that it's always like the right amount of decision making, I think, which I like to see. Astro, that is not what you expect to see from him. Him and Yuna both just struggling. Duds eliminates Ion right off the bat. This is a spawn peak heavy map, but without a Valkyrie, you don't expect it as often. But that'll do it. Ion just getting shot immediately. Mav also face checking right into bullets. This is not a good start overall for these first 4 rounds here. But Yuna already planting the diffuser.
Are they actually?
They did rush Archives. They were not prepared for it. INTZ, if they retake this successfully,
What? It's
worked.
working.
All right.
Was the hatch already open?
I was talking about which hatches you decided to leave soft, and obviously they chose poorly.
This happened before, remember, right? Alamo was gonna find 1 kill, but there's 3 left. Is there a nitro cell to use? Oh man, how do you even deal with Zofia? There's the clear onto cameraman. Zofia turns the corner, but Yuna's already gotten 1 and Astro for the last one. Oh my god, I can't believe it. FaZe Clan actually rushed their way down into security, or through the security check.
Not only that, but
Down
finally,
into the site.
Finally, Yuna gets plant, and finally Astro gets some kills. That was definitely the game changer round. After a spawn peak, of all things, they were down 4v5. And we're like, you know, we still have enough people. And even peeking Yellow Door and Mav taking a bunch of damage, they still went for it. Well done. That is the problem, though, with split defenses. Exactly that. I always remember the classic split defense was Hereford. That was the one I was trying to think of earlier. The original Hereford, of course. So they'll try Archives Tellers one more time and be a little bit more prepared for a rush. So will FaZe be able to pull off another attack? They are bringing the Hibana this time. That will support a rush if they decide to go again and can deal with hatches being reinforced. So part of the adaptation for INTZ is, of course, to reinforce the hatches that were used, if any. Or I imagine some were used. Probably the Visa hatch fits is reinforcing right now. But the adaptation for FaZe is to bring the 6th pick Hibana that they may not expect. So that tells me they are at least considering a second Archives rush here. Will it work? Who knows? But they should be a little bit more prepared on Archives this time. Hopefully a camera of some kind down there to watch, but I mean, unless they're bringing a bulletproof camera, I don't know what it would be. Like, it could be the Mute bringing one. Otherwise, I don't know what they would have for that, really. But it was really well executed in terms of FaZe getting that off uncontested. And then slaughtering the players trying to come in later. I always like the Mozzie Pest on spiral stairs, because you're not really going to be able to do much about it there. You might be able to get over it if you jump on the upper lip thing and kind of go around the spiral a little bit, but I think that's down low enough that you probably cannot get over it. Pre-placed drone there, taken out from Duds. He's going to be possibly with the top floor roam to fall back later. You can see a little bit of this the first time they defended Archives Tellers. But this also places players farther away from Archives, should there be the Archives rush again. See a little bit of a rotate here set up from Alamo. He also has a new German smoke. Actually, it's Duds that brought the bulletproof camera. All right, I forgot that Legion could bring one. It's just so rare. He usually brings impacts.
That's very true, but every now and then we see it, and this is definitely one of those cases.
Good adaptation.
Honestly, this is INTZ understanding, okay, well, we don't want to get rushed again.
He wants to peek again, though.
The Bucks, is this the Buck? Yeah, it is. Mav's watching. Oh, this
timing is everything.
Bam! Yeah!
Mav revenge.
He got him.
Nicely done. That'll start things off very well for
good now.
FaZe. He read right into that one. Vitz looking for the possible rush as well. Ion takes down Alamo. So rush or not, this is working so far with the top floor clear, especially thanks to Mav's initial grenade, but Alamo also cleared out. So top floor in the hands of the attackers. Now they can start to work how they want. Going on down. They can start to take control from above Visa, opening the hatch from admin. See a lot of the players being spotted, though, by Vitz. They're going to give Drugs some idea where he needs to rotate. He's going to open up the door, rotate around, but they are opening up the hatch down into Visa to use that top floor control. They've also got some Buck duty coming out, not only from the Buck, but also from Jackal. You see Cameraman doing a little bit of pressure downstairs, right opening the floor with his ITA. Gotta love having that secondary Buck like that. Floor's getting open. They're really setting up for a Visa teller's take here, basically. They're telegraphing that at least by how much of the floor they're opening up in admin above Visa. So actually, the players that are sitting in Archives downstairs, again, they're going to be heavily reliant on the C4. So it's going to be down to Vitz and VNX to make sure they hit those. Drunks also can clip some smoke through the floor or up through holes. But this is where it's going. 50 seconds left to set up for a play here on the tellers. There wasn't the usual rotate hole. So as you can see, you saw him look right at that. Cam actually takes a bit of damage, possibly from some shots through the floor. Trying to fight back against those, but metal bar is actually absorbing a lot of the bullets. Vitz, again, just calling everything out. He is a little exposed to that hole, but you know what? He's brave enough to just make sure he's getting the intel for his team. He's looking for someone
he's actually going to do it.
And nope, no, he should have waited until he had the intel.
Just
that is going to open up a hole.
The Mozzie had a nitro cell. You just wait for him. Yuna's going to go for the plant here. They're going for one kill. The UMP actually hits. They line up for him, and they find them. Vitz and VNX will find 3 kills. And Astra's on the floor can be finished off. All up to Yuna now in that 1v2. He's upstairs, playing inside the Visa office. So again, around that FaZe desperately need. You need to get INTZ as far away from that 4-pointer. And he's on the top floor. Smart play to sit inside of admin and protect the diffuser. 1 flashbang in, 2 in, can still use the 3rd one, but smart now from INTZ. They actually send 1 player up. There's little time. VNX, oh no, he's looking the other way. He finds the kill, and he doesn't have enough time. It's over. INTZ muck it up. The Pulse went in thinking he could bamboozle Yuna, but
it's because Yuna rotated on those 2 flashes. Smartly done. He throws the flashes, giving away his angle. The Pulse thinks, I'm going to be in a position that is not exposed to that angle.
Outsmarted.
Really well done by Yuna. But that's now 1 for 3 for Teller's Archives for INTZ, who thought they were outsmarting FaZe. They're still a point ahead because they won their other 2 sites. But FaZe starting to come back. Teller's Archives, it's not going to be attempted anymore. This is the last defense for INTZ. They're going to go to a better bomb site for them, Garage. Although their secondary actually was Lobby, so choice. They're going to pretend they're going to bring the Pulse again, which is going to make them think like, oh, they're going to try Teller's Archives again. I don't think they're really going to fall for that, if that was the intention. But that does hide the Mira play. Oh, no, the Maestro play. This is the Garage play. That would telegraph Garage again because we saw how important those Evil Eyes were for Garage last time. So, yeah.
Oh my god, they absolutely melted the planter and one other player.
Difference is now Astro bringing the Zofia. That's what's needed to take out those Evil Eyes. In addition to grenades. I mean, he did have grenades last time on the Dokkaebi, but he died early. So they did not have those extra grenades to be able to help. So they have the right utility to deal with those Maestro Evil Eyes. They need to make sure to drone it. There is, of course, the Mozzie still to help try and deny some droning. But once they know Maestro's in play, you're pretty much going to know the positions for the most part of those Evil Eyes. Although that's a little bit different than usual. Most of the time it's against the wall that has the wooden pallets there, the south wall, I said. Putting it on the
5 seconds to go.
west wall. With a try. Vits and Duds looking pretty good for the team. We had a 0 there at the bottom. I didn't see who that was, but... So, Kaid going to be the one to get all 3 panels. I do think it has been interesting the way they changed it to where you can get 3 panels now. I don't think that's made him overly strong. I do think that's made him picked a little bit more, but not a ton. It's I don't think it's been bad, except for in Latin America where they banned Thatcher.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, look, we started off with the meme that, hey, Latin America bans Thatcher all the time, but there's so many other teams in other regions that now do it consistently.
We're really going to be looking for that in Invitational.
North America was #1 when it comes to playing Thatcher. The operator was #1 played in last season online. And this season in EU, he's getting hit every now and then. It's definitely something to look out for. I think up next, we might be seeing some changes to Thatcher or some other operator, or maybe adding an operator.
Thatcher was supposed to get a rework eventually.
Yeah, I mean, Thatcher eventually, or maybe adding another operator that kind of does something in parallel to him, just like we see between the Cloud and the Bandit. Definitely something I would be expecting to counter the fact that Thatcher gets banned so much nowadays. I think, as you said, and I think it's got to be very clear at Invitational.
Yeah, we'll definitely
where things
see
stand.
Quite a bit of that. Just a matter of how everyone deals with it.
Would not be surprised, to be honest. Again, this is all speculation. We genuinely have no clue. But it would make sense. Oh, Astro!
Finally making up for the last time he attacked Garage. Took a lot of damage, though.
Angle grip.
That's why you bring it.
Honestly.
If you're going to be in close engagements, that angle grip can really pay off.
Angle grip, Zofia with Hollow is a good play. Of course, you can run the ACOG. It still works out fine.
It really depends, too, on the map. If you know you're going to be in a long-term aim.
Man, snap aim is huge. It's like half the time.
Yeah.
So it's big. So, someone like me, even for me, I always will go for angle grip when necessary.
Because you're slow to react. I'm just kidding. I go for angle grip too for the same reason.
Because you're slow to react.
Yeah, exactly. there's those times where I look at someone and then react just a half second to it, and I'm like, that doesn't help with my ping either. I'm a ping. I play EUS. They're gonna get the wall open here. Oh no, they're not. Well timed. Electroclaw. Duds does take down Astro in the meantime as well, so FaZe starting to look like they may have fizzled this one out. Not to mention, of course, the Evil Eye's still in place. So uphill battle in the last 30 seconds. Yuna has one left here. It looks like they got the Electroclaw. Now nothing left in the pocket to stop this, but 20 seconds left to actually execute on it in the 4v4.
This position is huge. Fitz is going to find one more. No, he's going to fall, but Ion is left suddenly all on his own with Duds, finishing him off. Even Goomines would have been more than enough for it. INTZ collapse on FaZe Clan just as they were trying to enter through yellow. I almost said MIBR there because we've been getting into the whole system of, oh, here's what happened.
Well, we've got 3 teams with a 4-letter name, right?
That's true.
And then one with a 3-letter name, Nib. Although, I guess the other ones aren't necessarily always considered as short for it. I know MIBR is made in Brazil or whatever, but we don't really usually think of it as short for that like we do Ninja's Pajamas as Nib.
Remember?
And FaZe isn't really short for anything, so. Archives Tellers coming up from FaZe first. Well, they're keeping this interesting, aren't they? Hiding the castle behind the vigil. It was interesting, actually, now that I realize it, to see no castle for the Archives tellers. Because it does benefit from having a castle, but it is a different way to play it than what we saw. So they're going to try it. Let's see if they're effective at it, because right now, INTZ is clearly in the driver's seat, but what have we been seeing all day today? One side switch, defense wins tend to still continue. Hasn't always been the case, as in there's still been 7-4s, but last matchup as well, we had a 6-6 because that is just Thatcher ban, defense wins. And if you just happen to win more attack rounds than the other team, you win the match. If you don't, you get a draw. That seems to be the way things shake out here in Latin America now. With some exceptions, of course. Nice Evil Eye inside the bomb site, of course. That will really help for pings, because unless they have utility left to deal with it, you don't necessarily need the pulse to ping people to be able to get those C4s out accurately. So I like that. I like that change. We will also have the mirror window, as is typical, to hold the downstairs. Will INTZ go for a rush? They have the Hibana to help with hatches, if they want to go that route. It's not like the fastest thing on Earth. It's faster to shotgun one out, of course. And it is a little more telegraphed when you hear the X-Kairos going off. Nonetheless, they have that possibility. They could also end up getting used on the castle barricades, because there is no Zofia. There is the Ash, though. So very likely those will get taken down by at least one of the Ash's slithers. I forget what the original name is for for Ash's remote breaches. Was it just remote breach? We see the slither all the time, but it was...
Yeah.
Because that was the skin that was given out for free, correct?
Yeah, even though it was supposed to be something that you get out of the...
Yeah, it just ended up kind of coming out for free because of whatever.
I don't think I got it.
Really?
It was supposed to be the thing you get with the alpha pack that gets there, and I'm like, okay, then I know I'm gonna get it, and then I didn't.
It's because they don't want you on Ash, and I don't blame them. It's not a good play for you. Not a good look for you.
Play Ash.
That's what I'm saying. You're fine. You're fine. You don't need the skin if you don't play the
I play
character.
Zofia, I play Thatcher, I play Buck.
There you go, then. You're fine.
That's what I like, and I'm fine.
Good, you can come play Buck for me, because I play a terrible Buck.
Only Buck. Yes.
I'm just terrible at the vertical play. Oh, Mav, holding top floor.
Weren't you the one that started to tell everybody, like, oh my god, nobody's using the vertical?
Yeah, I didn't say I should do it. I mean, for Pete's sake, I'm just letting everyone else know what they should do.
But I thought the caster should be at the same level as a pro player. That's how it works.
I am at height-wise. Okay?
What, compared to Doki?
Hey, I'm not that. Come on, I'm average height. So are most of them. There are some tall players out there, though.
Oh my god, imagine getting roasted even
Oh!
here. It's LATAM. Oh, Astro!
Nicely done. Dud's down early. That is the Astra. So none of those castle barricades going to be a lot of
Man, he just snipes the drone that's sitting on top of Soda and nobody realizes it.
Hey, I got a view here. I can see what your Soda preferences are.
And it's none, because sodas aren't good for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be healthy as a player, as a pro player. You know, it's important to eat and drink well.
Yeah, if it just have...
Oh no! He's still using the statue. He might pull this off.
Oh man.
Alamo gets one in the meantime, though, and that's Ion down. And
one more from Maz. Hey, did he just drop from the hatch and try to support from there? This is ballsy play right now from FaZe Clan. I really have to say.
They're playing very spread out, too.
Not expecting this. They're spraying through the wall, hoping to catch.
He's like, oh no, I can't get out.
Where's the barricade? How do I rotate? It's gone. There's the Evil Eye. It's gonna
oh no! He whiffed that one.
Why is there an Evil Eye there? That's... Oh my god. It's just so slow. This is all lost. Alabao's already on the floor. He's going to get finished off, and VNX is the last man alive. They're trying to come around and swing from the service stairs, but you can swing from the chandelier all day, all night.
Fortunately, after that round, they're swinging from the noose. That was not a great round for INTZ. Really great spread out play. FaZe just controlled the map at that point. Certainly didn't help having that drone up on Soda Machine. There might have even been another drone that he had control, but it was definitely intel hugely in the favor of the defenders. Just great play early on. And no one really able to force them out of the positions. I mean, Spiral, the way he used that statue, really well done. Garage time, though, as they don't want it. They can't play Tellers again. Just based off the way INTZ played their defenses, though, I feel like we could see Archives Tellers again from FaZe if it gets to that point, which it should, in theory, no matter how this goes down. But INTZ now going to have to attack Garage. They don't bring the Thermite unless they don't 6-pick it either, so they're going to have to make do with Hibana. That could be problematic. I'm saying that too much now. That's problematic for me.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Bulletproof camera coming up from Astro because they didn't bring. Well, they did bring Maestro. What am I saying? They're just doubling down. They want to have an extra one. I like that though because you don't need a Maestro Evil Eye necessarily for that position on the that south wall because you really just need visibility, especially visibility through smoke. Having the other one on behind the tire is a great position for it because it's much harder to deal with in many ways. They're also going to end up with a lot of reinforcement here and likely some mute jammers to help support player in bathroom. Some ADSs as well coming up from Ion. 2 of them, 1 for each stall just to make sure he can go in peace.
Attackers are moving
We'll see the Jackal as well to do some tracking. Get some idea what they're going to be doing. Hopefully speed up their clear, but Astro! Gotta speed down their clear. Again, the early kill onto Duds. The Ash on the 3 speed to nowhere. Second time in a round. That's not great start for INTZ. This really looks like it could swing back FaZe's way. I mean, they're still down a point, but they're definitely putting some hurt on. He got his bulletproof camera up as well already. And try and maintain control of Piano for as long as possible. And Astro being able to sit in this position on yellow stairs make it even harder. Ion able to rotate back down. He's going to leave mute and control the bathroom. That was a
fair enough.
A flub.
So there's a drone being thrown in by the Habana to drone and check inside. There's one inside the bathroom. How do you deal with him? That's the big question.
Flush him.
Basically. It's going to be pretty tough, and unfortunately, Drunks was able to...
He got off the camera just as he rotated down.
Just at the...
Obviously, he doesn't see the silhouettes we do, so he doesn't know that, but...
Really?
I would hope not, otherwise we need to get Battle Eye on that ASAP.
Let's get Battle Eye in game right now. So, cameraman sticking inside of the bathroom. It's pretty normal. You always... A mute sitting in there is completely normal. You have a shotgun. He can hold himself in there for ages. He wants to drop down. He's got it. It's just... You have to pinch him from Piano.
Hear a lot of air jobs going up, at least cut off rotates. Try and stop those late retakes upstairs.
VNX now coming down yellow. And... it's behind a soft wall and, of course, one of the bathroom stalls. Yeah. You can nade over this. You
almost need that Jackal again to start pinging him, try and help a little bit with this, but there's limited positions. Oh, Doc stimming him up from below. Inside garage, Astro ready to just support cameraman. I really like this because he knows he's going to get into a tussle and grenades might not be enough to finish off the job if he's overhealed.
He's holding on for so long. Here's the headshot and cameraman.
Thanks for the freebie.
Vista will find Ion in the meantime.
Attackers have dropped the
from behind. The cameraman connects onto Drunks. I can't believe it. FaZe Clan are actually fighting back.
Oh, the timing!
Off of the beautiful teamwork. VNX down to half HP, but they've already done the work. It's 40 seconds left. You can drop down. You can be happy with it. VNX, you'd love to have a dock on your side of the map.
Diffuser also left out of his pocket. VNX going to have to pick it up because Vitz is too far off. Finally gets it, but he's the one on low health. He should not be the one to try and plant. Single C4, even a shotgun through the floor would be enough probably to down him.
Nah, it's over. There's no way you recover from this. VNX comes in from the back.
He's going to try, man.
I mean, having your player on the lowest HP is usually actually it's a good thing to do to put him on the plan, but not in a position where there's Maestro cameras, there's smokes, there's everything that can deal with you. And yeah, there it is. It's an eventuality there. FaZe Clan tie it up 4-4. We're actually having a game that's going on long, and yeah, even there a bit of styling with the hip fire on the MP5.
This is the match of the day. 4-4 though, it doesn't necessarily really tell you how this is going to go down in the end.
Definitely been way better than we've had so far.
Yeah, it's been a good match so far. I like to see it. Some really good early picks too. Some really aggressive plays from both sides. We've seen a couple of spawn kills from both teams. Really keeping it spicy. Lobby, we will go now. So we're doing the rotation now from FaZe. Can they do the same whole rotation that we saw from INTZ? Their first 3 rounds were successful in a row. Mav sneaking on to the Maestro, teasing the clash. Drunk's going to sneak in Twitch now. They have no hard breach, but they don't necessarily need it for this bomb site. However, if there are any reinforced hatches they would like to open, they now no longer have that option. So they're just going to open up the floor very likely. They have the buck to do so. They also have the secondary shotgun from the gridlock, which makes for a secondary buck. I really like the secondary shotguns in this game. I think once they added those, first off for Jackal Mira and then for Mazin Gridlock, that really added a lot of versatility to a game whose defining feature, in my opinion, is destroying walls and floors. So Someone's dying still. Good thing we got the weekend after this to recover, because I think both of our throats are at the end of the road. Vit's there up at the double digits first.
Honestly, I really have to take a second to apologize. I'm really sorry, Chad, and everybody watching.
It's still winter. It's
The past couple of days have been really rough for me, and even you, Devin. You've had the past week of like on and off.
Sometimes the weather in the air can be a bit hard to swallow.
Yeah, and it really makes it hard to swallow. Plus, getting sick randomly, even though you're taking all precautions, staying at home and airing and eating well and doing all of that. Well, it just happens.
We're just choking now because EG isn't in a position to.
A bomb has been located.
All right.
Let's see how this round goes down. We got a wholesome play.
By the way, NIP are gonna go in boot camp in Montreal before SI for a week.
Who isn't at this point, right?
Yeah, but they're actually gonna do it there.
Someone needs to just set up some huge boot camp place that all the teams just go to before this. Just like, everyone come here, then you can hang out with each other. It's like a LAN before a LAN. The LAN before time.
Drones up and running.
Cameraman getting aggressive here on that pulse without his heartbeat sensor to tell him they're coming that way. Astra as well. They're playing this very aggressive spread out defense again, like they did for that first Teller's defense. Will it work? Hard to say because no one's really found anything just yet, but a lot of angle setup. As I say that, Cameraman gets Alamo. Great initial pick. That's the gridlock down. Might have some tracks already set up, and Cameraman has taken some damage, not to mention obviously giving away his position. It would be a bummer for him to die with the C4 in his pocket, but certainly possible. He's got backup though. Astro and Mav rotating in to support while he can call them out. I like that. Good mobility, good ability to support teammates. You see the body just on its knees in the cafeteria doorway. Drunk's looking for anything he can take care of here, as well as get some intel on bathroom. Very likely to lose this drone at some point. Might actually be able to take that mute jammer. Nope. You're going to lose that drone, Drunks. Is he not going to see it, really? He's going to come on in. Knows what the position is. If the drone is spotted, though, the position is likely to change. But he might check that drone just the last second. Actually, he had a teammate watching the drone ping for him. I like that. Good play. Reinforced wall, though, now covering defender inside. Yuna, in the meantime, gets one.
Oh, no.
And two.
Another one. He just walks down the stairs. Astro gets another one on the jump. And finally, there you go. Mav is going to be spotted, but it's too little too late.
That's why you always have an air jump on that balcony, though.
It's kind of predicted. Some people will put even two of them. One of them just kind of...
So you don't let him clear it.
Exactly. One it's a bit obvious, and then the other one is kind of the real one that's doing
It's like the bait claymore.
Reminder that air jabs do not function unless you hit the ground running. And
like FaZe have been doing on defense. So now we see a perfect cycle from them as well. Miwa. Here we go.
I like the play bringing the Twitch to counter potential Mira, but there was just none of that.
Yeah.
And I think right now INTZ are scrambling for anything to save the game.
Well, yeah, they're looking for opportunities here because now FaZe actually in the lead because they were able to pick up those 2 attacks earlier on Tellers where they just really tried. Now we switch to Tellers for the second time for FaZe. Will we see the same thing? Will INTZ finally figure out Tellers? Will they go for the Archives rush that we saw from the second opportunity for FaZe?
That was actually a pretty beautiful rush, to say the least.
Yeah, Yuna get that plan down. Mav going to sneak off onto the Maestro. We saw them place that Maestro Evil Eye inside Tellers last time. Probably will do the same thing again. But it was that spread out defense that INTZ seemed unprepared to attack. That really seemed to work wonders. They should be a little bit more prepared this time. So they're going to just have to thoroughly eliminate player after player, one at a time, until they have enough map control to execute. Easier said than done, of course.
Honestly, I really have to applaud the design team that picks the music for some of these maps, not the ones that put the noises in border. However,
I don't know. There's the jukebox and clubhouse. Although that song got stuck in my head for like a year, I think.
But honestly, I love the one in Cafe Dostoevsky. I love the one in Villa as well. So overall, I mean, you yourself as a game designer, you know, the amount of work and stuff.
Oh god, sound is probably the most overrated aspect of games. Period.
Overrated?
Underrated. Sorry.
Yeah, like wait a second.
Definitely the most underrated for sure. I think graphics are the most overrated.
Yeah,
but this game has great graphics, so who can complain?
Here we are, though. Astro is going to be waddling his way out of that break room. Copier. Cameraman is setting up with his mirror window. This would be perfect to have a Twitch. Unfortunately, not the case, but yeah, with the Mute Mozzie combination, it makes it so even if you brought a Twitch, it'll make it like
Yeah, good luck getting it anywhere.
useless.
A bomb has been
But
located.
Zofia is good to have with those Maestro Evil Eyes being brought up, even if you didn't know they were going to be there. But it looks like they are stalling out a little bit, so now they've got to figure out how they want to approach this. Players like Astro just being able to run around, do his thing upstairs are going to be a problem. They need to cordon off some of these defenders, especially when you got two of them up here running the show. If you can't clear them out, you can't get this attack working. Well, Astro just setting up his own rotates, taking advantage of that shorty. He gets a drone as well. You saw it ping there, and he's going to switch onto it. He's going to rotate it because you want to rotate that immediately as a Mozzie if you're in a safe enough position, because chances are if they're in a position behind the drone, they will shoot it. You want that drone for yourself. You got to move it quick. So, good for Mozzie players. He's got to get on the speaker, though. He's really struck. Is it not possible to do that, maybe? I don't know if he's overshooting or... There we go. No, it is possible.
There you go.
You just want to set it up as flank drones. That's how you want to play Mozzie a lot of the time.
Exactly. You saw how the Mozzie set up his drone on top of the soda machine a couple rounds ago, and that was instrumental.
That's what you want, is you want full room views.
Exactly. So let's see how this one goes now. FaZe taking a bit of damage on Ion, and Alamao is on reverse repel. This is actually a good thing to do. Reverse repel is usually a very strong thing, right? Grenade being lobbed down from VNX.
Is that trying to get the...
Evil Eye.
It doesn't work. I don't know if he realizes that's not working out for him every time.
He's trying to bounce it on top of the printer. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Come on, Devin. Cut the man some slack.
I'll cut the man some slack when he hits the grenade the first time instead of wasting two on it. Just killing you. Saw the C4 go off on Visa. Doorway did not hit. So that's good for Drunks. Manages to get away alive. But Astro now going to rotate back. The site is spotted possibly, or just at least hit by a pre-fire. They're just trying to deny a rotation back now that pressure's on, but Castle Barricades need to be taken care of here.
You need to lay those tracks down. Cameraman's going to fire in and do a bit more damage to Vitz, and he's running that extended barrel, by the way, on the Vector. I know you see a suppressor, but we've all made the mistake so far. A good shot there from Astro, but Alamao has already taken down Mav. Does might go in for the flank, but there's little time left. The tracks have been deployed. Astro will find the finisher on Alamao. One more from Astro. He's just sitting all on his own. Zofia, where are you? It's too late. VNX has found one. Duds will turn around the corner. It's a 3v2 right now. They find they've lost one, but it doesn't matter. Cameraman collected them all. And the Zofia, so slow on the rotation. No time management.
I like how Astro goes from like really doing kind of poorly on attack to just slaying them on defense.
It was so ridiculous that the game refused to show an end of game kill cam. It was that bad.
Well,
I could feel it.
Last chance here for INTZ to do something different, because if they lose this round, it's game over. They cannot do anything but draw at this point. But they've got to win 2 rounds in a row to do it. And so far, they've won 0 rounds in a row on attack. So not looking good, as Garage is a harder nut to crack. Because the only attacks that have been won so far were on Archives Tellers, and the fact that they lost both those attacks does not bode well. Dud's going to try a long Hail Mary here with the Nook. Will it work? Who knows? But if it doesn't, well, then that's probably the end of this match, with FaZe having a victory. And as I said before, this actually worked out well in the past for INTZ in terms of they were the ones to win this map, whereas FaZe lost it to Black Dragons, of all teams. So obviously FaZe have shaped things up a little bit since that last encounter. Usual Maestro Evil Eyes going up here. I wonder if they had the bulletproof camera as well. It could have been from the Mute doing that, potentially. I want to see what the Nook ends up doing, though. I want to see if that actually factors in at all, if it's going to be a little sneaky beak here, or if he's just going to try and rush. Could actually go for a backside push onto the Archives cafeteria side. Let's say Buck opens up the hatch for him, or even Jackal, second shotgun. He could try and sneak his way in. It's not a bad idea. We'll see what Duds decides to do. Of course, they're still probably likely to shoot those outside cameras, so he's not going to get a lot of benefit from his ability just yet. Oh, Alamo taking so much damage from above.
This is FaZe again, just trying
Astro.
to slow things down.
I know, and he was bringing that bulletproof camera again. Set that up. Duds, in the meantime, though, gets revenge. Cameraman goes down. The sneaky Nook play actually took out the bathroom. That's the play right there.
It just,
You expect the camera to cover you.
This bathroom position has been such a big deal for FaZe Clan. Every single round has been wasting a lot of time and manpower away from INTZ and their take. By eliminating this, you're giving yourself a ton of flexibility.
Yeah.
Now, you are bringing the Hibana, so you're not really able to open up as much as you would like downstairs.
But it's enough.
Yeah, there's a mute jammer.
Well, now you don't have to waste any Hibanas as well on the bathroom if you were considering that.
Exactly.
Or the hatch because that's just soft.
Exactly. Astra's going to be walking on down. He takes no damage, but Ashley's going to go for the contest.
Wow. Finish
Alamau.
That was the player he'd already shot earlier, too, so he got to finish the job. Now, though, going to get a fresh one onto VNX. That's now the Jackal down. That's not going to be a huge threat mode. This bulletproof camera, if it's there, is going to see him. Because he wasn't using his ability.
I mean, the problem with the Nook right now is that unless you're flanking, you're not really going to be able to do much. And you see how Duz is trying to come up the stairs and fight if there's somebody upstairs. And I don't know if they're
Oh, it looks like there is Jaeger up there. Ion hiding in the console office.
He snuck in.
Oh, here we go. Jaeger reads into it. And
Pre-fires him. Oh, my God. Ion, no damage taken. 4-2.
This is going FaZe's way pretty quickly.
This is not working out here for INTZ. There's still a breach charge to use if you want to drop in.
And all they've lost is the bathroom, which you're going to lose eventually anyways. This is looking pretty bad for INTZ.
There's Mira windows that you're going to have to contest with. Again, that is a extended barrel for the Mira and not a suppressor. They look the same, but they don't really do the same thing. You'll hear it when the Mira fires. I know it kind of confuses us as well. One on the camera just to make sure that Vitz isn't being pushed, but yeah, they'll fund one player by the pipes. Kind of expected, but Yuna taps Vitz instantly, and FaZe already sent one player up banana to deal with him regardless. Nitro cell thrown in and be able to find one, but there's the Nitro, a bit too slow. Yuna connects, and it's done. FaZe Clan with a victory. And yeah,
flawless 5 rounds on defense.
you heard the Vector firing off at the end. There was no suppressor, so.
Well, now I'm mad at MIBR and Elevate because we had 3 7-4s, and they ruined it with their 6-6. You guys, you're in trouble.
Ruin it all. I'm so glad that we don't get the song for the doc when he's done. The like 1910 style song.
You not liking an old song like that? That surprises me.
Man, it is just so loud. It's so loud.
That's not great. I'm not a big fan of the loud MVP screens.